Hey, party peeps, Karl Bryan here coming at you for another edition of Ask Karl Bryan. Okay, I've got a question here. Karl, I'm starting out. How would you get your first 3 coaching clients? Okay, I'm guessing this is a pretty good question, and a lot of you who are just getting started, this would be a logical question that you guys have as well. So now how would I answer that? Number one, I'm going to presume that you don't have a budget. Okay. In fact, to make it just harder on me, what the heck? Let's, if you got lots of dough, we can go and advertise and do a bunch of fun stuff. But let's not worry about that. Let's presume you don't have a budget. Number one is I would find a local networking group. Okay. They're absolutely everywhere. Remember, nobody joins a networking group. What they're really doing is trying to build their business. It's a 101. Okay. So folks showing up at networking groups, on average can be sold coaching. They're not necessarily the best prospects for a couple of reasons. Number one, they tend to be, smaller kind of solopreneurs. But there's also a dynamic that you might not realize, but because you're moving into we're going to call it their environment. It's their networking group. They've been there weekly for 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, 12 months, and then you're moving into it. They have a little bit of control. So you're going to have a significantly higher conversion when you control the buying environment or the event. Okay. But that being said, you still go to a networking group. I guarantee you can do well. So number one is I go to a networking group. I'd come up with a really clever elevator pitch. And then when I would go to close. Okay, so often business coaches will show up to these things, and I've seen it 1,000 times, if not more than that. And the coaches are there, and they're not really closing. Okay, you've got to get into close mode. You got to get into confidence mode. You've got to be and feel worthy of these people's business. Okay, so let me help you with that. So number one, getting a networking group. I would do some research. Not all networking groups are going to be created equal. So do your homework, find some good groups, and you normally be able to search literally the business owners that are in the networking group. So search those, and it's going to give you a good idea as to whether or not you think that this is a viable group and one that you want to be attending. Okay, so that's number one. Number two, an elevator pitch. Well, when I started as a coach, I used to say, hi, my name's Karl Bryan. I'm a business coach and I help businesses go to another level. I feel like I have leprosy after I deliver that. Okay. I can't get eye contact, connection with anybody after delivering that because I've given too much away. They know what I'm about to sell them. So instead of that, I show up and say, hi, my name's Karl Bryan. I do 45-minute turnarounds. I guarantee to find any small business owner $10,000 in 45 minutes without spending $1 on marketing or advertising. Boom. I do that. I'm telling you, you are going to have people. Your biggest problem is if you have to take a pee, you're not going to be able to get to the washroom because everybody's going to want your attention. Okay, so I do that. And then thirdly, I close them and then close them with what? But you want to close them on a 1-hour session. Well, in this instance, you're closing them on a 45-minute meeting. But really what you do is you set it up as an hour because ultimately you want to have the full hour because you need to be closing in that meeting. And then, of course, and very importantly, you've got to be able to follow through on that. If you work with us and our coaches, we show you how to do a 45-minute turnaround, like find the $10,000 in 45 minutes without them having to spend $1 on marketing or advertising. And all we say after that is, so do you want some help with that? And I'm telling you, when you sit somebody down and you find an enormous amount of profit very, very quickly, it's almost impossible for them to say no to you working with them. Like it kind of goes against the organic fabric of the conversation for them to say, I don't need some back end help. Because again, in a ridiculously small amount of time, you find them a substantial, lot of income that they've been unrecognizing and unrealizing. And trust me, they're going to want a little bit of help from you. So that's what I would do is I would starting out, I would find a networking group, a good one. I would have a powerful elevator pitch and I would show up and I would close. Okay. I hope that's helpful. Guys, if you like what you're seeing, I'd like you to like this video. Please comment on this video. If you know another coach that needs this information, put their information down below. And if you can share it, that would also be absolutely fabulous. If you don't have your subscription to the 6-Figure Coach magazine yet, absolutely. And please get that immediately. And also while you're there, you're going to see a free training course that I have for business coaches. So make sure you opt into that as well. But thanks so much for showing up, guys. And I shall speak to you guys later.